what it's like to do what is like a combination of a semi-finished no man's land with plenty of space, and there are sell points all in a small little town really close to each other. And we are going to start from scratch. But what this map forces us to do, even in completely the hardened mode settings, that gives us way too much stuff to start. So we are going to sell most of it. We won't be able to sell seed, lime, fertilizer, but we could at least sell the majority of our materials here that we don't have, that we don't need, and pay back our loans and all that stuff, and then just rebuy our own materials. So some of the stuff we may end up keeping ourselves, but we should spend the money on it. So we're going to quickly do that. First things first, you're going to buy property. Now we're already in here, plot 4. We don't own it. I might as well buy plot 4 as our starting plot. So we'll do that. And then while we're here, we will then return to the construction part of the map, and we will delete what we can of these barns and other things. We are starting from scratch, complete scratch. So we don't need any of this. We are also going to sell our equipment that we own. I don't care about what the profit really is. We're just going to sell it. This is easy. Sell, 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 sell. We're going to have too much money, but we got to pay off our loan, so it's still something we got to do. Alright. And then we got to pay off our loan, which we will do now. Wow, it's only a $200,000 loan. So we'll have $1 million to our name, roughly, to buy everything we need. But you know what we'll do is, to make it a little bit harder for ourselves, we will buy additional land. Might buy... I'm going to buy plots of land that are like reasonably close by to the rest of the things here, so we're going to already bought this, so we might as well buy these two. Here's all this forestry, so maybe forestry might be something we get into, but we need some field space. So we will buy, I think we'll buy these 3 plots. It'd be nice to just have one of these big old blocks of open field, but they're just far away. So, and then there's not much here for me to buy on this property, but we might just buy this chunk right here. So we'll buy this one. We will buy this one. We'll even buy a stuff area around the town. Not much, but we'll do it. And then I think we'll buy these 2 as well. Just trying to make my space large enough. So we own land, and we have $500,000. So that's roughly what I wanted to start with. And I guess we don't need to buy seed, fertilizer, or lime to start, because that'll keep things simple for us. So we need to find out what kind of equipment can we buy. Oh, what's this question mark for? Oh, this is our whole ordeal. Oh, look at that. We already have some sorghum growing on our field here, so we know what the kind of harvester we're going to need to start with. It's in the 4th growth stage. Needs herbicide and needs plowing, so that is something we will have to handle. But it's in the forage stage, so it's not ready to be harvested just yet. But we will definitely begin working with this area here. So let's go ahead and open up. See what's on sale. A grape thing, we don't need that. This is a cultivator for preparing fields. Okay, we got a nice big plow and another cultivator, shallow cultivator. Okay, so nothing that I kind of need right now. So I was last. So let's see, what can we get here? So we're going to need some decent tractors. We can go ahead and start with a really expensively large one, but don't think we're going to need that. Let's do this first. Let's buy equipment. Let's buy a nice medium-sized tractor. So we have lots of options here. Up to 200 horsepower. I'd like to get something that goes up to 250 horsepower if possible. But I don't know if we're going to find that in the mediums. So yeah, there are some mediums that have up to there. The JCB, which I've bought before, is decent. That is 250, so that's not bad. These have full color palettes, so this allows me to choose these here. This case is always great. I love this case. This one's a good cheap tractor to start. That might be what we go with, the Fiat Agri or this Pro Series. We'll start with the Fiat Agri and see how much we can get from that. Rear mud guards, 450 pound front weight. Lots of different combinations here. Front linkage. I think at least we need to get a front linkage so we can do some front work too. Wheel brand, Trelleborg, Michelin, Continental, Midas, BKTs, Verdenstein, Nokian tires. I love the way they look. Nokians are my favorite. I think they look pretty cool. Wheel setup wide, communal. This changes the Nokians a lot. I'm just going to go with standard because I don't need them to be wide and I have no idea what communal means. Design, forestry, hydraulic pistons. Standard is fine. Beacon lights. Don't really feel like we need to add that for the money now. Front loader attacher. It's on the Stoll. There's Quickie and Stoll, so we're going to get the Stoll for now in case we need it. Pretty short filter. None of this adds anything but visuals. GPS I've never used before, but we may learn to use it, so let's go ahead and get that on the tractor. This will be the field creating tractor. And go ahead and make ourselves a chuck. Chuck Thunder. We always do it that way. Where's that list? Oh yeah, Chuck Thunder. Alright. So we were going to go buy this tractor for 50K. We will need to get a harvester next. That's probably the most important thing. So let us grab a harvester. Harvesters. Now I want to get a decent harvester, so this is what they gave us, and it's not a bad harvester. We only have $450,000, so we can't go spending crap tons. But this has a work width of, well, it doesn't let me use any of these, but it has a work width of 6 meters. If I went with this one, it's got a work width of 5.1 meters. That saves us a little bit of money. What does this one get us? Work width of 4 meters. And a work width of 5 meters. So this one's a good balance. But I feel like I could just step it up a bit. 8.5. I feel like that's a good solid amount. So it's 265 for an 8.5 meter. This is probably what we'll go with. We'll go with this New Holland harvester. It's a pretty solid harvester to start with. No configurations on this at all because it's the base game one. We'll go ahead and buy it. Should be leasing it, but we're going to buy it. And then we're going to go buy the header for it as well. So we are already low on funds. But that's cool with me, because we got ourselves a decent tractor. Now, we have a decent tractor, but we're going to need a few other things to go along with it. So while we're here, we should think about it. So we have a way to pull things and push things, and we have a way to harvest. Now I need to have something to put it into. But that's not as important as having a way to plant again. So let's take a look at our seeding technology. Now I like direct drill seeders. We have these here are direct drill seeders, I believe. So is this one. So is that one, and so is this one. Here's a nice 2.3 meter one for planting. So if we're looking for really something cheap, that's what we can go for. But I really like. So this one's the 3 meter too as well. But I really like this one. I usually go with the 6 meter width one, and both of these are good, solid options. They're just really expensive. I could go with just a seeder. 3 meter wide. I think we just have to bite the bullet and buy the Pottinger. I always end up buying the Pottinger, but I don't think we have the money to spend on that. That's the crazy part. We might just have to get one of these guys. 3 meter work with no fertilizer option. Does this one come with a fertilizer option? Pretty sure it does. That's why it's over here. Forget what these are for, because it's the same one. It says seeding options, so I guess it allows me to do more with it. These machines are used to seed crops and weed. Essentially, the seeder offers possibility to seed directly. No previous cultivating flower necessary. Doesn't say that about that one. It's the same price, so we'll just go with the modded one for now. And it might take us a little bit longer to seed, but it's the cheapest guy right now, so we'll go ahead and buy that. We're going to need a way to spread some fertilizer and lime. So this does fertilizer, this is fertilizer and lime. Fertilizer and lime. So this one only did fertilizer, but this one's the modded one that allows you to do both. This one also does both. A little bit lighter too, so a little easier on our tractor to hold. And its storage is... the max capacity on that is the same as the max capacity. And these guys are just 3 meter width. This one is, I bought that one before. It's a little expensive. This one's really small, but it'll do the job. This one here and this one. So we got 18 meter work width, 18 meter work width, 12 up to 1200. I guess that's up to 1700. And this one's really light. Once we add the lime, so we're going to go with this one here, the Vicon. This allows us to do both fertilizer and lime. We'll get the extension. Let's keep that. And I forgot to mention that we need to adjust some game settings. So let's go ahead and work on that real quick. Game settings here. Hard difficulty, timescale we'll leave on 5 for now. Traffic on, seasonal growth, yes. Days per month once. Fixed middle of the month, sure. Snow, sure. Crop destruction off. Periodic plowing required. Yeah, why not? Let's go for the challenge. Fieldstone on, lime required on, weeds on. We'll leave it all on. Dirt normal, automatic engine start on. I don't care to turn it on and off anymore. Stop and go braking. Brake button held to brake and automatically start reversing once you have come to a standstill. Let's see. Keep the brake button held. Start reversing. Yeah, cop and go braking on. Trailer fill limit. Allow the weight. So I like this option because it's the most realistic, so we're going to go with that. Fuel usage we'll call high. Worker refill, we want all that off because we got to do it ourselves. Specifies how much the maintenance cost is, maintenance intervals, we'll leave it all at the normal levels for now. Nothing really crazy to do here other than that. Then we will go to the next stage here, dollar. Field info on, colorblind mode on. Well, Kitty wants to come in. Okay, dollar, Fahrenheit, acres, radio off. All that could be fine. This is all good. Volume master, sure. Save. Then we have additional game contents here. HUD is always on, crosshairs on, current date. I don't need to show you that. 24 fade effect. That's not necessary. Easier engine starting. Not needed, I guess. Depth of field off. Sure. Camera collision. Vehicle electrical on. Zoom in when detecting. No, wild animals. Okay, save again. We have one more settings page to show. That's it. Okay. So now we have all that figured out. So we have our seeding option. We have our solid fertilizer and lime spreading. Now we're going to need a plow. So let's go ahead and look at plows. I don't want a crazy plow, but this is one of my favorite plows. Has one of the best work widths too. These are just too small. So we have a basic plow we're going to start with. I think that's likely what we're going to go with, because subsoilers also do that. But I'd like to have a decent sized plow so we can create fields. So we're going to use this to create fields with it. Oh, we can get a 9 meter? Yeah. Yeah, we're going to get the 9 meter. Pay the extra $2,000 for it. Buy that, so we got a nice big plow now. We're probably going to need a cultivator. Actually, we have a direct drill seeder, so we don't know if we need a cultivator. And if we do need a cultivator, we will buy one when we need it. And seed weeding. We're going to need some way to spray for weeds. So, yeah, I always end up going with the same things. So we're going to get this guy right here. Buy that. We'll probably need to buy some pesticide while we're here, because I didn't see that over there. So herbicide. Buy a tank of that. Alright, so that leaves us with $48,000. Is there anything in town that we could buy? That's kind of what I want to look into now. Next. Let's go to town real quick. Biomethane, gas, textile, Agroland, Agroterra, Agropet, Agroland, dairy products, cooperative, tubers. Okay, I don't know what any of these things are. Let's explore the town for a moment. We'll get in our tractor. While we're at it, we'll also hook up to a few things. Fold you up. Tractor's beautiful. We can fill you up with some herbicide while we're here, so that way we bring you down and we actually have some stuff in you. Alright, let's explore town. So, sell point for what? Get really close. Textiles. Everything is just really close. There's gasoline, whatever Agroland is, Agroterra. Do I have to just, you know what? I know the better thing to do here. The better thing to do is to just look at the sell points. Cooperative, Agropet, Agroland, olives, cooperatives, cooperative, tubers. Okay, so there's a whole bunch of things here. I have some place to sell everything, but do we have any productions is the question. Places to sell furniture, but can we make furniture? Doesn't seem like there's much here other than just a bunch of stuff to sell it, so nothing, like I don't have to buy any of this apparently. Like this is just sell points. That's what it seems like. Buy animals, so there's a little bit of something to sell at everything here. I don't know if I truly care for all of this. Doesn't seem like there's any productions right now, so we would definitely have to, because I don't see anything like to purchase these locations. Do you? Like I just see drop-off locations and sell points. Yeah, so there's no productions here. These are just sell points. Definitely seems like when they made this map they just wanted to have all of the stuff that you could sell all in one spot, which is kind of cool, but kind of a cheaty thing to do. So there's my farm all the way over there. What a weird road path to take, you know what? We're gonna pave our own road at some point here because it seems to be a little silly to me. But that's the path we have to take to get to town. So we're just going to work on getting all of our equipment back here. We got a decent sized field here. Drop off all our equipment. Well, we just knocked that over. Pick you up, rotate you, and put you down. Okay. We got more. What we can do before we do that, though, is we could back you up. One of the things I am going to want at some point is a baler, but I've just recently downloaded a really cheap baler that I may consider using. It just came out today, actually. What did we say? Nothing is on sale that we want. There was a cultivator and a plow that I didn't really care for. So yeah, let's look at real quick the baling technology that we just downloaded some. So this baler is a nice small baler. But I just downloaded this new baler. Here it is, $8,000 for a baler that you can then put an autoloader on right behind it, and it'll all load these tiny bales right onto it. So that might be what we end up doing when we finally make some hay bales. We're gonna want to do silage at some point, but I don't think we should bother with silage until we have a mower and everything, which we don't have right now. So that's something we're gonna hold off on. Get this guy up our hill here. Decent size harvester to start. I think this is a pretty reasonable size harvester for like most fields. It's not as small as some, but it's not as large as the big guys, but it still has a reasonably good working with, and I could still drive it on regular roads and not have to get a trailer for it. Okay, let's go pick up our other equipment. Who needs roads? Still don't have anything to store or load our trailer, our equipment into, like our stuff. So we might need to do that. Oh, we missed our... Or did we? No. I don't know this map well enough yet to know where everything is. They put a berm around this whole thing. I don't really care for this design of the area. Like, I like the compactness of it a little bit, but at the same time I'm going like, why did we just like forego the whole like feel of a town? Let's just make a place that you drive into that just has everything for you to buy and sell from. It's cool, I guess, but I think a little unnecessary. Can we get these last two things? Here, so we can grab that. We have seed and we have lime and we have fertilizer on the other back at the house, or I should say the house. We don't have a house. Back at the open area. Cool. We can hook you up to the front too. Whoa. I had a feeling that was going to happen. Back, and then we'll have everything that we intended to buy back here. We have a way to do fert, we have a way to seed, we have some seed, we have some fert, we have some lime, we have a way to plow. Whoa. So we can create new fields. We have a way to seed. We have a way to harvest. The only thing we don't have is a way to bring away our stuff. We don't have a way to sell our material. Like, how do we transport it? So we will likely do that. I don't think we need to buy it right now. Maybe we'll get a good deal on it in the next month or so. So that would be nice. I'll back you up and then we'll plow up a field. How about that to start? I don't want to spend our $48,000 immediately, unless if we have something better to buy. We could buy a small trailer, but we may also want to buy equipment for other things. So let us start making a nice big field. There's some decent hills here, so this could be a bit of a challenge for some of our equipment, but we're going to give it a try. I have this thing on backwards. I don't think it really matters. They could all work one way or the other, but... No, I didn't have it on backwards. I lied. Alright, can I use GPS? Because I've never done that before. Right, we can. Alright, so how do we use GPS? Alt-C. Control-Shift-C. How to use GPS FS22. I should look this up. Left, Alt, and C. Show guidance during menu, left Control and S. There we go. Okay. So, auto width. That's fine. Yes. Oops. There we go. Set B. I don't know what I'm doing. I wish I knew what I was doing. I'm trying to figure it all out right this minute. so confused. I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, well, I don't seem to know how to use... my plow? I'm just trying my best. take me a long time to plow this field with this tractor. I was not expecting this tractor to have this much struggling. But it is what it is. Well, this is maybe where we stop recording the video, because there's not much else to show, so I'm just going to create a few fields. And that's it. And then we'll do a live episode another time. 'Cause this is insanely slow. I'll be here all day doing this. So, hope you had fun watching me literally struggle to plow a field. Is better. That's what I get for choosing the really big plow, though, because it has a lot more drag on it. But hey, it allows me to create the fields a little bit faster, even if it is slower altogether. Otherwise, I'm doing it a lot wider at a span. We're going to use the momentum that we gained going downhill here. Go ahead and start plowing the next section. Oh, that's another thing I'm going to need is a rock collector. Collector, at least a roller. Because I guarantee you this field says it needs to be rolled now. Needs lime. There's stones. If I take the lime off, it's not. It has got one state of fertilization. Stones off. So it doesn't need rolling, but it does need lime, it does need stones, and it won't need fertilization because for whatever reason this is me plowing it in is making it fertilized. So we're going to work on that and we'll check in with you guys next time. Take it easy.